The Law Society of Kenya is raising questions on the motive of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Noordin Haji's decision to withdraw graft and criminal charges against high-profile individuals. LSK accuses the DPP of colluding with the executive to cleanse nominees to high public office ahead of vetting that precedes appointments. Now, Seth Olale reports the LSK is asking Parliament and the Public Service Commission to play it by the book and enforce integrity laws.
The Law Society of Kenya terms the withdrawal of graft and criminal charges against high-profile individuals a serious threat to the rule of law, accusing the Director of Public Prosecution of employing double standards in execution of his mandate.
In exercising his powers, the DPP shall have regard to public interest, the interest of the administration of justice, and prevent and avoid abuse of the legal process.
The DPP withdrew graft cases facing Cabinet Secretary nominees Aisha Jumwa and former Samburu Governor Moses Lenol Kulal, who is on the shortlist for Principal Secretary applicants, is accused of going to bed with executive to cleanse the duo ahead of vetting by Parliament and the Public Service Commission, respectively.
Was it a political decision, or was it a decision that was based on the evidence that was placed before him at that particular time?
The lawyers now calling upon the lawmakers to reject Cabinet Secretary nominees with integrity questions, irrespective of actions by the DPP.
We are actually calling on the National Assembly to rise to the occasion. To rise to the occasion and ensure that they do not kill the provisions of leadership and integrity contained in Chapter 6 of our Constitution in the floor of Parliament.
LSK says the latest actions by the DPP in the withdrawal of the high-level graft cases will render the old DPP and investigative bodies irrelevant due to lack of public confidence.
The profile of the suspects invites significant public interest as to the motive of the discontinuation of the cases and further poses serious credibility concerns in the investigative capacity of our institutions.
LSK is also not ruling out the long-standing row between the DPP and former DCI boss George Kinoti as a possible cause for Noordin Haji's action in disqualifying the cases under a new regime.
We must also not lose sight of the fact that the Director of Criminal Investigations has also resigned from office. So we have to ask ourselves, are these two events related?
LSK has now given the Director of Public Prosecutions, Noordin Haji, a 3-day ultimatum to review his position on withdrawal of graft and other criminal charges that had been filed against high-profile individuals.
And we call upon the DPP to actually ensure that within the next 3 days, he is able to give explanations to the country. And in the event that those explanations then are not given, the Law Society will advise on the next course of action that it is going to take.
The Law Society of Kenya has already petitioned Parliament through a memorandum to adhere to integrity standards, even as the Appointments Committee commences its mandate of vetting the CS nominees. Seth Olale, Citizen TV, Nairobi County.